Hey everybody, and if it's Sunday, it must be Sunday dinner with Chef Joe. And it also must be 5 o'clock and a thunderstorm in Massachusetts. Because it's literally, I'm not kidding you, the moment we went on the air, it started raining. We are in a drought, and yet every Sunday around 5 o'clock it rains. It's unbelievable. So that's why we're inside today. We were planning on being outside, but as usual, we're inside. All right. Anyways, welcome to another Sunday of Sunday Dinner with Chef Joe. Today we are continuing our virtual road trip. And today we are in sunny Southern California, even though it doesn't feel like it outside, because in Southern California it barely ever rains. They don't get those kind of summer thunderstorms, and it's not humid like it is here right now. So I am really pretending it's virtually California. But today we're going to make vegetarian food, and I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. One, I seem to have been increasing my love of vegetarian food more and more and more. And two, I also have a lot of, I know of my big fans that watch this show regularly who are vegetarians. So this is going out for you guys today. So today we're in Southern California, and so I thought, Southern California is all about fresh. They like fresh, they like big taste, and so a lot of people think, oh, if you eat vegetarian, it's the same thing, and it's boring, and it's not. It's not. Vegetarian food is amazing today because you can do almost anything, and it's all about big flavor, brightness, colors, and that's what we're going to be making. So, first and foremost, we're going to start off by making an appetizer. Now, I started this appetizer earlier today. I finished it so we could show you what it looked like. But what we're doing is we're making it's a beet and burrata boat. I call it a beet and burrata boat. Except there's one problem with this today, and the problem is there was no burrata at the grocery store. Welcome to COVID 2020, where you go into the store and you don't know. So just in case you don't remember what burrata is a type of mozzarella cheese. It's usually in a ball, but it has a very creamy, soft center. So when you cut it open, it usually spills out. So we don't have that today. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace it with some little fresh mozzarella balls, and so we're going to go with those today. So these beets, what I've done is I roasted these beets for about 45 minutes earlier today, and I have them in the another set in the oven right there in this foil. I don't know if you can see that, but those were roasting for about 45 minutes. And then I took them out. I put them in a saucepan with some fresh thyme, with some fresh rosemary, and a little water. And then I diced everything up, and I did it with some sherry vinegar and some red wine vinegar. And I mixed the whole thing together, and we put it in there, and I let it simmer for about it simmered until about another 12-15 minutes. Took that out, and this is what we have in its place. I've taken out all the spices that we had in there, the herbs that we had in there earlier. And it really is almost created, because of the vinegars, it's created almost like a pickled type of beet. So if you like pickled beets, you're going to love this. But it also has a lot of sweetness because I've added some sugar to it. But the beets themselves have a lot of sugar too. So, and then what I did is I took a baguette and I cut them into little slices like this. As you can see, I bore out some of the whole of the bread. I put some olive oil on it. I put it in the oven and toasted it. And then what I'm going to do is going to fill these little boats with this beet mixture. All right. And then we are going to top them with just a little bit of the mozzarella. So let's set up a plate so we can do that. All right. these together. So if you see a little piece of the rosemary, there's a piece of the rosemary that came out, so you can just toss that. But that was all fresh rosemary from my garden. And we had fresh thyme in there. And so what we're doing is we're just filling these up. These make for a great pasta if you're going to have people over at your house, a little dinner or something like that. Of course, socially distanced. We'll do one more. We have 3 of those. Really simple to do, delicious, made from scratch. They really were made from scratch today. I roasted them myself. All right, and then if you want, the liquid that's left is really kind of almost a syrupy liquid that I have left. Is you can just kind of sprinkle that around. And again, wherever the drops go, nobody knows, and that's okay. All right, and then if you really want to spruce it up a little bit and make it look very California-ish, you could put in the middle a little sprouts like that. We'll grab a few more. All right, and there you go. We have a nice little appetizer. So these beets, by the way, I got at our farmer's market yesterday. They were absolutely beautiful. The skins on them were super thin. And what I'd like to do is I don't skin them until I cook them. So what I did is when I roasted them with the skins on, and then I just took a paper towel and wiped, and literally the skins will wipe right off. So you don't on those, but there's your appetizer. All right. Anytime you're looking to do a cookout and you need a vegetarian thing really quick, a portobello mushroom is a fantastic thing to use. Now, normally I would grill this, but what I've done is I took a portobello mushroom, and as you can see, I took out the stem, and then I also all the gills, the black gills that you get, I took those out too. And the reason for that is the black gills, you can eat them, they're not going to hurt you, but what they do is they tend to make things look black. I mean, and if you're trying to have bright colors and things like that, you don't want to darken them, you're trying to lighten them up. So anyways, in the meantime, I did though soak this in a mixture. I didn't have any balsamic, regular red balsamic. Now normally I would use red balsamic, but so what I used today was a little bit of, I had a syrupy Saba mix, and I had with red wine vinegar, and so I kind of made my own kind of syrupy balsamic. So we're gonna literally put that, now normally like I said, I put it right in the grill, but we're gonna put that right in a frying pan, and we're gonna fry that up. That is a great substitute for a burger any day of the week. I will tell you, you put one of those, you grill one of those puppies up, put it on a bun. In fact, I'll grab a bun, we'll grab a bun and we'll sear that off so we have a bun for it at the end. All right, now we're going to go to our main course. Now the main course that we're making today, and I really want to read this to you because we want to get this right. But the main course that we're making today is a special recipe that I created for work, and that I also created when we had a vegan, I had someone coming to our event who was vegan, and they had requested a vegan meal, and they were the only one they needed a vegan meal. So I created this vegan dish, which easily can be served vegan, can also be served vegetarian very easily. So you don't have to be as strict with it as you normally would. But this dish is a is a sweet potato and mushroom cannelloni that is served with a edamame succotash. So that's what we're, a braised fennel and edamame succotash. Let me get it right. So we're doing a sweet potato and mushroom cannelloni, which is a pasta-filled dish with a great braised fennel and edamame succotash. Talk about a mouthful. Anyways, it is a mouthful. It is absolutely delicious. And what's even cool is, I not only made this for people who, in just regular events, but I've also made this for a superstar football player that I'm not going to mention his name, but it wouldn't take much to figure out who it is. But I made it for him personally and delivered it to him. Anyways, so that's what we're going to make today, and you get to be a part of it. So I have got a pan going here, and what we're going to do is we've gotten some lasagna noodles that you can buy any old store-bought that you like, store-bought, or you can make your own pasta. But most people would rather just buy a lasagna noodle. So I bought these. I pre-cooked them this afternoon. And then I have them, as you can see, they have a little olive oil on them to keep them from getting sticky. All right. And what we're going to do now with that is we're going to cut them in half. And yes, by the way, if these are not egg noodles, these are regular flour and water noodles. So these are considered to be vegan. However, if you are gluten-free, you can use gluten-free pasta as well. Any lasagna noodle you want to use. So if you have a favorite gluten-free pasta noodle, you can use that too. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this lasagna noodle and we're going to get a spoon, and we've got this filling. And this filling is, so what I did is I took a baked potato, two sweet potatoes, and I baked them at 400 degrees for about an hour. I let them cool. I cut them in half, let them cool. I pulled them out of their skins. I put them into a food processor. Along with, I then sauteed a pound of sliced mushrooms. You can use any mushrooms you like. I used half of the mushrooms were white button mushroom and the other half was a baby bella mushroom. Sliced all up, mixed together. Took them all, added them into the food processor. I also used whatever liquid came from the mushrooms, I added it into the food processor. Added 1 clove of garlic, and I added some thyme, and I added a tablespoon of soy sauce. And that's what we're looking at right here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take about a tablespoon of our mix, just like that. And we're going to put them together and roll them up. Sorry, I'm getting beet juice now on there. All right, we'll do 2 more. Again, so I'm taking a full lasagna sheet. I'm cutting it in half. Okay. And then we're taking a spoon, about a tablespoon of our filling. All right. Just rolling those up. Okay. Just like that. Now, I am going to grab I'm going to grab these because this pan is hot. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to put just a tiny bit of olive oil in our pan. Okay. And we are going to just put these in a pan. Now, if this was on the grill, we would be doing this, we'd be dropping these right on the grill and closing our grill. All right. Grab that, a little fennel coming off of there. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those right in the oven to finish cooking. Woo! There's some meat in there. Now, in the meantime, I have been braising our vegetable that's going with it, and so what this is our succotash, our braised fennel and succotash. And so what we have in here is I took 1 fennel bulb and I sliced it thin. okay, and put that in here. And I saved some of the fennel ferns. We're going to put those we're going to top our dish with that. I put 2 ears of corn. I took the kernels off the corn. So this is fresh corn. 1 red pepper diced, 1 regular red pepper diced. And then you can never, at least in Massachusetts, it's really hard to find fresh edamame. So you can, in a pinch, a bag of frozen edamame is great. And what I did is I shelled them. So I took all the little edamames out, the little soybeans out, and I took them right out, and we put those into our mix. And we put some thyme, and we put we put some thyme, we put some rosemary, and we put a half a cup of wine. Now, in this case, we had, you go with what you got, and since we're in California today, we decided we were going to do a rosé. So rosé is what I use. Now, normally I would use white wine in here, but hey, you know what? Rosé's got great flavor too, and rosé is the underrated wine that everybody is, but everybody's talking about it now, so cheers. And by the way, you cook with what you drink, as I like to say. So, and then I saute, this has been braising in the oven, so that's ready to go. And then meanwhile, we're closing the door because it's raining so hard that you can actually starting to hear it on TV now. All right, see how our look at that. That is beautiful. So, and that has got some, you can see the stickiness of it. It's got the caramelization from the balsamic. It's going to taste absolutely great. And I'm going to fix it a little bit, I'm going to put a little butter in there. And by the way, if you don't want to use real butter, Earth Balance or something like that works great if you're trying to be vegan and not use animal byproducts at all. All right, so we're grilling our bread. We're grilling our mushroom. The sweet potatoes we would have done on the grill. We would have pretty much tried to do almost everything that you see here on the grill. It's very possible to do it on the grill. So let's plate. While we're waiting for this to cook, I'm going to show you. I actually have a whole tray of my main course ready to plate. So I'm going to bring that over here. And hang on one second. It's pretty hot. All right. So in here I've already got my finished products. So what we're going to do is we're going to plate those so you guys can see what it looks like. So this is the finished product. I'm going to use a spatula because they're nice and soft. Again, they're going to be very soft, which is fine. Grab a couple of those. I usually like to put like at least 3 on someone's plate. You can always go back for more. Okay. And then you come over here and you're going to add your fennel and braised fennel and edamame succotash to it. Okay. All right. So we've got that. See how got a bun ready to go here. Okay. Got a nice toasted bun. We've got a beautiful portobello mushroom here. Now, all right, you can add cheese. If you like cheese, you can add whatever you want to it. You can add a dressing, a sauce. A sriracha mayo would be great because the sriracha with the spiciness, with the sweetness of the balsamic mushroom would be fantastic. But we're not done yet. We want to take some of our fennel ferns for our decorations. So you can do that. Fennel ferns are easy to eat. All right, so there's our main course. And guess what, guys? We're not done yet. We're going to make dessert. For dessert, we are going to make grilled. Normally they would be grilled, so you have to, again, think outside of the box again today. But we are going to make a grilled, instead of grilled, but they're going to be fried. They're going to be sauteed. But what we're making is instead of bananas Foster, it's a grilled peach Foster. All right, and we're going to serve it with a wonderful. We want to have coconut. We want to have ice cream. Now, again, if you're vegan, you don't want to have regular ice cream. So I just happen to have this vanilla bean coconut milk. Now, I'm a huge coconut person. I love coconut everything. So I know this is going to taste good. I've had it before, but that's what we're going to top our dessert with. All right, so we're going to make. This is going to be like the highlight. This is like the grand finale here. We're going to make a quick Peaches Foster, as I call it. So we're going to throw in some butter. Okay. I have here some fresh peaches that we bought yesterday at the farmer's market. And normally I would grill these first and then put them in a pan to make the sauce with. But we are going to we're going to start grilling them right now in our pan. Just like that. And while we're doing that, we are also going to start adding our ingredients for our Peaches Foster, as I'm calling it. Again, you don't need to use real butter. If you want to use like a, one of the, like Earth Balance works great. I use Earth Balance a lot when I'm doing cooking where I don't want to use real butter. So we're going to throw in some brown sugar. So for 4 half peaches, I would say probably about, maybe about a half a cup of brown sugar you probably want. That's probably closer to a cup, but what the heck. It's Sunday. It's raining. It's perfect. All right, so we've got that going. Let me grab some tongs. So as you can see, what we're doing is we're mixing up our brown sugar and our butter, which is going to start caramelizing these peaches. But we're not done there. We want to start adding a few things. So we're going to add I got a little white rum we're going to add to this. Okay. And we're not done yet, folks. We are not done yet. No siree. We're going to add you want to have a little bananas in your Foster. Anyways, this is a little creme de banana, so it'll actually bring out a little bit of the banana flavor. So we're going to add a little of that to our mix. Alright. Oh, but we're not going to be done yet. We're going to let those simmer for a minute. And I'm going to tell you a couple of stories about California. So California, I love California. California is, first of all, I had family who lived out there. My brother lived out there for many years. I still have my 2 nieces live out there. My cousin Annie lives out there. So I have a lot of family that live in Southern California. I can tell you a few things food-wise about Southern California that I love. One, some of the best fried chicken in the country is in Southern California in LA, I believe. 2, in Southern California we have, I have been to, what's the name of that place where I always forget, where we always go where they had the fried Oreos. You were with me. Anyway, we had fried Oreos, which I had never had before. Now they're like a thing. And that was like 2 years ago. Venice Beach. How could I forget Venice Beach? Venice Beach is absolutely fabulous. If you go to LA, you got to go to Venice Beach. First of all, if you ever watch the commercials on TV, like 80% of the commercials were shot in Venice Beach. And ever since I've ever been to Venice Beach, I've been there for work to LA. I've been there for pleasure to LA. I'll never forget, I went to this one restaurant in LA with some people from work. And we're sitting around. It was a really nice place. We had this wonderful dinner. And then at the end, they're all like, hey, you want to go into a club? And I'm thinking, all right, I'm older now. I don't like clubbing things and doing that kind of stuff. And they go, no, it's really close. I go, how close? Well, you want to know how close it was? They still had a door, this restaurant, that went from the old speakeasy days during Prohibition. And they opened up the door and we walked into this other room and there was this nightclub. And it was like in full, like going on. It was like completely two different worlds, but it was just through this one little back door that they had. All right, so let's see how, oh, look at those peaches. They are looking beautiful. So as we said, we have butter in here. We have rum. We have creme de banana. And now we're going to add the last of our, to this, which is we're going to add a little 151 rum, because that's our finishing rum. But what's really cool about this is that you can light it on fire. Woo! And then we can flambe our peaches in the rum. Now, if we were outside on the grill, I was going to just put the rum in and then just tip the pan a little bit, and the essence of the alcohol from the 151 proof rum would have totally set that pan on fire outside, and it really would have been a cool effect, but not when it's pouring rain outside. All right. Now, we're going to plate our peach. So, we got our peaches. We're going to put that right on the center of our plate. And then we are going to grab a spoon for our ice cream. We'll grab and our sauce. All right, so we're going to grab a scoop of our coconut vanilla ice cream, just like that. Ho ho. And then we are going to grab our pan to scoop up some of the sauce. And oh, look at that, the ice cream is literally melting right off. But we're just gonna scoop a little, look at that. Now that's what I call a dessert. Anyways, there's our Peaches Foster for our dessert. So, I hope you had a great time, and I'll tell you, you would think we were in LA with the amount of smog we're having right now. But anyways, I hope that you enjoy your week, and I hope to see you next week. Make sure you stay safe, stay happy, and stay healthy. And until next week, I'll see you on Sunday Dinner with Chef Joe.